Hello, all, and welcome to another Monday and the beginning of the week. And starting today and every Monday and every Tuesday of every week, we are down to the last few episodes of each of the shows that I do for you every week, which are Red Dwarf, then TOS, then Get Smart, and then finally my favorite show of all time, The A Team. So currently we are into season 11 of Red Dwarf. There's only about, oh, 2 or 3 seasons left. I'm not sure what's happening with season 14 yet. I know they did one episode for season 13, which we'll get to eventually. Um, but if I don't see any more seasons for after season 13, I'm probably not going to continue doing Red Dwarf anymore. As far as I know, there's no Red Dwarf movie per se. Um, there are, what they call smeg ups, bloopers, things like that. Those are available anytime on YouTube for what they display. I know they don't do it for all the seasons, but for some of them they do. So just check out YouTube. Just type in Smeg, SMEG, Smeg Ups, and you'll find them for Red Dwarf. They'll show which seasons they uh, presented their bloopers and whatever. That usually is the thing that you should check out after I'm done here doing this series. Okay, so what happens from here on is I just want to give a brief description, then we'll get right into it today. Um, Not sure how much information is there. As you know, I don't do quotes anymore and haven't for a while. When it comes to TOS, I don't go into the big, wherewithal, of all that trivia information, background that comes from IMDb. I just try to go for the top highlighted five major points, whatever. Now, goofs, little different story because goofs, well, unless there are too many goofs, then I won't do that. But usually I've seen that the goofs are pretty well, tailored. They're standard. They're set. Everything is there. So usually I will go right into the goofs with gusto and try to give you guys and gals all the information on that. Okay. So, and then like I said, after goofs, I can check soundtrack. There's crazy credits every once in a while. I will do those too. Um, just letting you know what I still keep doing. And then if there's any filming and production locations, if they're done any other location besides, TOS usually being, Paramount Pictures, which I'll probably just say Paramount, it's there, you know, or Get Smart, which was Desilu, 18 was all over the place, so, I'll mention that for sure. Uh, but what we're doing is, and we got a like already. Thank you so much. Um, but what we're doing is that like today will be, 2 episodes of Red Dwarf from season 11, and then the one final episode from season 1 of TOS, Operation Annihilate, right? Okay, and then tomorrow there will be 4 reviewed episodes. Okay, still the way that I did it, with Get Smart and 18. It's going to be Tuesday will then be 2 episodes from Get Smart. We're still on season 1, I believe. Yeah, because there was a lot of episodes for that show, and rightly so. It was very funny as a spy parody, genre comedy. And then with A Team, I'm still in season 4, but I'm almost done with season 4. We're gonna get to the trial very soon. That'll have its own day. That'll be Tuesday, but it'll have its own set thing. That'll be one day where I'll decide, yeah, I don't need to do the Get Smart ones because I still have plenty of those left. But with the A Team, I when we get to the trial, those 3 episodes, yeah, that will be solely dedicated uh, those 3 for one of these Tuesdays. So that's what I'm doing from now on. 2 of each of our shows on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then not this coming Friday, but next week, next Friday, I will be doing uh, a JAS special edition, and that will be just to update you folks on plans for the future, what we plan to do here with MikeySuzeFour moving forward, and shows I might cut back on. I may no longer do other shows with my friends. I haven't really decided yet because I'm really concerned with my friend Larry. My best brother. He's got one more surgery. He's got to have his heart scoped out on August 1st. So until I find out what's happening with that, I may no longer do other shows with friends and stuff until then. Until I find out what's going to go, what's going to happen with him and how he's going to get through. So we'll see what happens. And Hakeem, hi. Hello, Mikey. It's good to see you. Yes, it's great to see you too, Hakeem. Hakeem, I always like to say this because it's very cool. Yep, the A-Team trial episodes were awesome. Yeah, they were great. Yeah, totally agree with you. They are mandatory viewing. If you really want to get into the A-Team and the backstory and how they ended up being on the run in the first place, all of that stuff, the 3 episodes of the trial are must-see viewing. Definitely. My best advice, if you go to NBC Peacock, okay? If you go to NBC Peacock streaming service, they do have full episodes of the A-Team available there. And that's where I got some of my information and stuff. So make sure if you get a chance, go there and view the trial. 3 episodes. Yeah. Very, very good stuff. Okay. So, but for now on, as I said, this will happen Mondays and Tuesdays, at least till the end of the summer, and then until I finish all these episodes. I want to try to finish everything possible. I know I won't be able to do it for certain ones, but that's okay because what I'm hoping to do is middle of the week, which usually is pretty, quiet, not really busy. But what I plan on doing in the middle of the week on Wednesdays, as long as anybody's available, is try to do my mysteries, which I hope to do. It'll be called the Mikey. It'll be called the Mikey Mystery Hour. Usually will last about an hour to an hour and a half. What we'll do is hopefully, because I got my Cosme working, we'll try to do a Cosme watch party of the specific mystery we're going to be covering, and then from there we can go ahead and after seeing it, we can talk about it, discuss it, do whatever. And that's going to be on Wednesday nights, yeah, because the first one's going to involve PvP, which is Lake Okanagan, the monster there, which is similar to Nessie over in Scotland. So, that's the very first one I want to do with him. But then after that, we'll figure out other mysteries. But those will occur every 2 weeks. But as I said, that will be just Wednesday night. Probably it'll be a late night one, because usually mysteries, nighttime. So usually right around 10 o'clock, I would say, is the best time. Because there isn't much going on Wednesday night. So, but again, as I said, we'll talk more about that, not this coming Friday, but next Friday on our JAS, which will be at 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock, or, sometime before Gorilla's, Random Thoughts, Walton's stream. So, yeah, it'll be before that. So, okay. And let's see. JPRPH1 is coming to the chat room. Hello, John. And he says hi to Hakeem and Mikey. And Hakeem says, "Oh, I really can't wait for that. I'm a big fan of mysteries." Me too, sir. Yeah, there's a lot of there have been a lot of recent discoveries of UFOs. Obviously, the military tried to hide it, but now the Navy came out, spotted those, what they now call unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs. So they've been around, and then and then there's other ones that have been going on around the world that you just can't hide. You can't hide. Other countries have these sightings and everything like that, so you can't hide that stuff. And when you watch Ancient Aliens on History Channel, which might be one of the first things I might cover um, regarding mysteries, um, you can't hide the fact that pyramids, which they proved, right, man can create and move things, but at the rate and how they were able to build up things, and that's the Incans, the Mayans, and the Aztecs. How did they learn how to create all that? And what about the Sinagua Indians there in Arizona, or what would have been Arizona, but not, you know what I mean? Um, it was just territory there, but it wasn't officially established. But they had, the Pima Indians, they had the Sinaguans, they had the Zunis, the Apaches, the Navajo. They had all of these different Indian tribes that were, creating things that shouldn't be created, right? That they were doing agriculture at a exponential rate. It was all this stuff, and it was really interesting. And so there's a lot of things I'd love to examine. Hakeem is saying hello to John. All right, thank you, Hakeem. Well, Hakeem and John, welcome, gentlemen, to the program. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started with Red Dwarf, season 11, episode 3 and 4. So let's get to that. Alrighty. And then, like I said, then TOS, episode 29 of season 1. Okay. Hopefully, folks, that you're into information like this. Yeah, it's very helpful. Alrighty. All right, here we go. Season 11. No, BritBox, I don't want to see you. Okay. So the first episode review here is called Give and Take. This came out on Thursday, October 6th, 2016. In this episode, after an altercation with a deranged droid, Lister has his kidneys organ napped. The only solution is to ask Cat, the most selfish creature in the universe, to give him one of his. Okay. Alrighty. And then episode 4 is called Officer Rimmer. That came out on the following Thursday, October 13th of 2016. And in this episode, after a scandalous piece of good fortune, Rimmer saves the life of a bioprinted captain and is promoted, fulfilling his lifelong dream of becoming an officer. Now, the first episode, Give and Take, did receive a 7.8 out of 10, which is pretty close to a straight up B. So, and which I decided to go ahead and 521 people gave that score, overall rating, and the average. And then from Officer Rimmer, that one had 7.7 out of 10 from 515 people. So I would just say I'd go ahead and give both those episodes B, since we are running out of seasons. And I think, and I'm actually feeling kind of generous today, because the wife is, Suzanne has gone out, got us try to get us something to eat for lunch, or some, we need drinks too. I mean, we were running out of drinks. We are on a limited budget, so we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, so let's go to the first episode here. All right. Now, Give and Take. And you'll notice a lot of these episodes will either be directed by Doug Naylor or by Rob Grant, the writers. So in this case, Doug Naylor directed. Then you got your usual cast of characters. Again, that's Chris Berry as Rimmer, Craig Charles as Lister, Danny John Jules as Cat, and Robert Llewellyn as Crichton. Okay. So let's see. All right, I think we'll take a look at Azel Pius, played by Oliver Mason, his voice. And then there is Jamie Reed Coral, okay, as Azel Pius, body and voice. Okay. So we'll take a look at those two persons. It looks like they're still around. I usually won't check somebody that doesn't have a picture in IMDb. I usually won't. But sometimes, I will make exceptions, but maybe not all the time. So, all right, but we will check those two later. All right, so let's take a look at trivia. Okay. All right, so this episode doesn't have any trivia information. Let's take a look at the goofs. All right. In continuity, the speed of solution of the two hemispherical things on the droid, especially when Rimmer and Crichton first meet it. All right. And incorrectly regarded as goofs, Crichton said that his reinstalled file on Rimmer now had pride of place in his database next to Ringworm and Rimshot. Although if sorted alphabetically, Rimmer would not be between the two words. Crichton doesn't claim it is, contrary to some goofs' claims. All right, and then there's a revealing mistake. When Crichton and Rimmer are discussing Pius being a Metabot, in the next shot they walk from behind Snacky the snack dispenser. It's written on his back in huge letters, and assume it to be Pius. They can't have missed the big writing on his rear. And finally, there's a plot hole. If they took the kidneys from past Lister to give to future Lister, he would not have had any for the insane Metadroid to remove, though perhaps the jar of kidneys were from someone else, and they only thought they were Lister's when they discovered he had none. Alrighty, cool. Right, and there was no trivia on this one for some odd reason. Okay. And of course, the Red Dwarf theme, written by Howard Goodall and performed by the wonderful Jenna Russell, who, as I think, is still alive. So, very cool. Alrighty, and let's take a look at the filming and production. Okay, and the interiors of the space station were done in Hampshire, England, UK, in a town called Fawley, Fawley, and that was the Fawley Power Station. Is where they did the episode. Interiors there. All right, cool. All right, let's check cast and crew. Alrighty, and we'll take a look at the two we looked at today: Oliver Mason and Jamie Reed Quarrel. All right, so we'll look at Oliver. Okay, we do still have Oliver Mason in the UK. He is an actor and producer. And Oliver began drama classes at the age of 6 with the Guildhall School of Speech and Drama, and got accepted to join the National Youth Theatre at age 13. Oliver gained a Bachelor of Arts honors degree at the University of South Florida and Middlesex University in Drama and Theater Studies before training as an actor at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Arts. Okay. Couple things he's known for, besides the Red Dwarf episode. He was in a movie called Time Rewind this year that came out in 2025, where he plays Marcus. In Lilybuds, which is a TV series where he worked for 55 episodes, he was Moss. And that was from 2018 to 2019, just before the pandemic. And then the Misty Show, which he worked on from 2004 to 2005, he worked on 30 episodes of that TV series, and he plays the character of Rick. And as an actor, like I said, he just did Time Rewind. He did a couple of other movie or shorts. He was a TV host in something called Teething Problems, and in The Gorge, uh, he was douchebag passenger, uncredited, and in Popeye's Revenge, he plays George. And he's got one that just became released. He's got two more episodes that he's been doing of Lilybuds since he started. Very cool. All right, so let's go check on Jamie. All right, so we'll go back here to Jamie. Okay, Jamie Reed Coral is known for Doctor Who in 2005, Luther in 2010, and Class in 2016. He doesn't have a birth date or year listed. All right, in Doctor Who, he worked on 4 episodes of the TV series in 2015. He played 3 different characters. He played Colony. I'm sorry, my eyes have a hard time reading. Uh, Colony Sarf, Veal, and Wraith. In the TV series Class, he did 1 episode as the inspector in 2016. In 2019, he worked on he worked on another series besides the 1 episode of Red Dwarf today. He was in Luther for 2 episodes as James Hauser. And the last thing he's worked, or the current thing he'll be working on he worked on for 2024 was Lost Boys and Fairies. It was a TV miniseries where he played the Wiry Man for 1 episode. Okay. Oh, and then this year it says he's going to be working on a short called Smoking in Public, and it doesn't say what kind of role he's doing. So, all right, cool. So that is the career of Jamie Reed Coral. 2 gentlemen on that. Okay. All right, let's get to the other one here. Go back to the next episode. Okay, and that is Officer Rimmer. All right. Oh, and let's look at the chat. Yes, let's do that first. Okay, but before we go to the next episode here, it has exploded. Woohoo! Okay, and Gorilla's Random Thoughts says Kapla all. And Curtis Selby, my tired midnight blogger brother. Hello, Curtis. Morning, Mikey. Curtis says, hello, Hakeem. And Positive Candor, also known as PC. Hello, PC. Hello, all. Curtis says, hello to John. Curtis says, Kapla to Gorilla. And Curtis says, hello to PC. And Hakeem says, hello, Gorilla, PC, and Curtis. Wow. Thank you so much for saying hello to everybody. Gorilla and I really like that. We really do. A lot of us do. It's wonderful because all of you are getting along in the chat. You're together in the community, and it's wonderful. It is. It really is. I have to apologize today because I started a little late. I'm sorry. Also, I'm having some problems lately with my eyes. I think I'm going to need glasses, real reading glasses. So I told Suzanne next month when we can start to afford more things because our payments to items we have is going down. So when that happens, I can try to get my first passport, to the United States renewed first, then try for the Canadian one. She needs to get her Canadian passport renewed and also her ID updated. So there's a lot of things to do next month. So we may not be able to do a lot of these things, but we'll try. We'll do the best. That's why, usually it's better to go in the middle of the week because we can get a hold of people. Mondays and Tuesdays are usually kind of difficult here, um, for whatever reason. I don't know. But anyway, I'm so glad that all of you are here. I really am, and we really, we really appreciate it. Currently, we do have 5 likes, so thank you so much. Yes, don't forget. Remember, hit the like button if you love this episode or any future episode we do, and of course, don't forget to share it with all your friends and neighbors and family and acquaintances in the community of YouTube. And don't forget to hit subscribe. If you haven't already, please tell your friends to come and subscribe to our channel. We're only 28 away from 300, and we're not too far away from monetization, which to me really isn't a big deal because we're okay. I mean, financially as we are. But, maybe down the line, if I want to go in for appointments and things like this to give, to check my heart, because I am around the same age as Larry and I need to check my heart and I need to go in for other things. So, yes, if that happens, yes, I would definitely encourage you to subscribe so we can get to that monetization and that helps us out. So, Hannah Keem says, I'm not sure if you two have a Costco close by, but they have some good glasses for cheap. Um, Believe it or not, there is a Costco, Hakeem. Yeah, we have. I think we have one or two in the city, but we don't. I don't have a Costco uh, membership card, but maybe I should invest in one. Yeah, yeah, we might have to do that. But that's a good idea, Hakeem. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind up here. Yeah, Costco. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's get to the next episode then. So, all right, this one also was directed by Doug Naylor and Grant and Naylor, of course, the writers. You already know the cast is the same. Okay, in this one, we're going to take a look at Stephen Critchlow, who plays Captain Herring, and we're going to look at the uncredited Yasmin Alice, who plays Funda. Nice. Okay. So we'll take a look at the two of them. Okay, and unlike the other episode, we do have trivia for this one. Just 2 things of it. All right, so the background music in the Officers Club is a classical version of the Arnold Rimmer song from the Series 7 episode Blue. And the song that the Rimmer Quartet sing is to the tune of Mr. Sandman, which was originally recorded by the Chordettes. Cool. Alrighty. And let's take a look at the goofs. Okay, first of all, it looks like there's just one, and we have continuity. Okay, so when Lister and Kat are at the entrance to the Officers Club, 2 Rimmer clones are about to exit the club. Next shot, another Rimmer clone is entering the club, and the exiting Rimmer clones have disappeared. Okay. Alrighty, and let's see here. Okay, and like I said, besides the Red Dwarf theme, written by Doug Naylor and performed by Howard Goodall himself, he's dubbing Chris Berry. It's the parody of Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes originally. Cool. Alrighty, and let's see. Okay, and there's no filming and production info on this one, so we'll take a look at the cast and crew, as I mentioned. Alrighty, and we'll take a look at Steven first. But before we do that, let me get a drink here real quick. You know me, it's someone like me who talks as much as I do, right? Every once in a while. Okay, so, all right, so Stephen Critchlow. I hope I said that last name right. Okay, unfortunately, we did lose Stephen back in 2021. He was an actor. He also worked on additional crew. His birth date was the same as my wife's, 1966, but he was born November 22nd, and he died September 19th, 2021, probably during the pandemic, and he died in England, in London, at age 54. Um, he was born, first of all, in Mansfield, Nottinghamshire, in England, on that date in 66. And he was known for Flushed Away in 2006, The Infinite Worlds of H.G. Wells back in 2001, and Hattie in 2011. He was married to a lady named Caroline. Okay, so in Flushed Away in 2006, he worked on additional crew. In Hattie, which was a TV movie in England, he played Gerald Thomas in 2011. And in Churchill, The Hollywood Years, he played Prince Mario in 2004 in a movie there. And The Infinite Worlds of H.G. Wells was a TV miniseries where he played the character of William Cave in 2001. He was in 6 episodes of that series. Okay. And it says here, according to IMDb background information, the last thing he worked on was he was a voice in a video game called Final Fantasy 16, the complete edition. And in that, he was the voice of Byron Rossfield. Cool. Well, rest in peace, Mr. Critchlow. Rest in peace. All right, let's go to our next person and our final for Red Dwarf today, and that is Miss Yasmin Alice as Funda. There she is. All right, so she is around. Good. She's an actress, producer, and writer, and she was born August 18th, 1989. So next month she will turn the ripe, maybe still good-looking age. You never know. Most ladies have that way. But she will be pleasantly 36 years old next month. Right now she's 35. Yasmin Alice is a multi award winning actress since 2014. Now, she is originally from Istanbul, not Constantinople. They might be Giants restaurants there. They might be Giants reference there. Turkey, and has been living in the UK since 2008. She was a corporate lawyer in London who was scouted online for a TV series. Therefore, her transition into acting was a complete surprise, but a childhood dream come true. Since then, Yasmin has appeared in over 40 films, numerous commercials, and a number of TV series in the UK. Yasmin is mixed race. She speaks 5 languages and resides in London itself. Very cool. Alrighty. Okay. So, a couple things she's known for. 3 other things besides Red Dwarf with her one episode, where she was uncredited in 2016. But what she did in 2018 was a movie short called The Scar, and she's the character name is Yenge, Yenge. And then in 2019, she was in a movie called Ruptures, where she was an actress. And then, uh, let's see, Future Soldier in 2023. She played a person named Zoe Cass. And it looks like her Zoe is spelled with an X, but it's pronounced the same. So, XOEY. So, okay. And she has 3 different things upcoming, and one was just recently released. It's a podcast series, so we'll just mention that one. It's called Which, please, WITCH. And she's done one episode of that so far. So, which, please? Yeah, there it is. 3 episodes so far. Okay. She plays Marnie and Agnes. Those are 2 different characters she plays in the series. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So that is the wonderful Yasmin Ellis. Okay. Alrighty, so we'll go back here and let you know our next 2 episodes for next week, and then we'll go right into TOS after we check the chat. Okay, so the next one, episode 5 from season 11, is called Crisis, but it's spelled Krysis, of course, applying to Crichton. And then the next one after that is called Can of Worms. Cool. Alrighty. Alright, so let me go ahead and take a look at Star Trek. And our 1 episode today for that, which is Operation Annihilate, which is the final episode of season 1. And we'll take a look at that. We'll get to that part, and then we'll check on the chat. Alrighty. Yeah, last week's I received a lot of positive views and a lot of positive outlook from the one I did last week, The City on the Edge of Forever. Yeah, that is a great episode. It truly is. Okay. Yeah, Jeff B. Wow, you guys have really blown up. I really do appreciate this today. This is wonderful. Okay, I think I did get a lot of all the hellos. Yes, I did. Because again, yes. Glasses on cheap. Yep. Okay, so I know where I'm at now. And hello, Toby. Toby, man, how you doing? Good morning, Mikey and everyone. Jeff B, welcome, Jeff B. He says, hail, Mikey, Curtis, Hakeem, positive, candor, Kapla, Gorilla, and truly unique movie last night. It was unique. Oh, it was. Jeff B says, hey, Toby. Hi to Jeff from Toby. Jeff says, they might be giants. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Istanbul. Yeah, Istanbul, not Constantinople. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Yeah. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just like to have it that way. Yeah, that one. Okay. That's my. You want to hear something funny? My brother Phil, They Might Be Giants, is his favorite group. Like, I love the Police, right? I'm a big Sting, Andy Summers, Stuart Copeland fan. But Phil, he likes They Might Be Giants. Go figure, right? Everybody likes to their own, Anyway. It's funny, it really is. Hakeem says hello, Toby and Jeff B. Curtis says good morning to Toby. Toby says hello to Hakeem. Curtis also says hail and well met to Jeff B. Toby says hi, Curtis. And Eddie Gannon. Hello, Eddie. He's greetings, sir, from Ireland. Well, welcome to the program, Eddie Gannon. Thank you for coming by and giving us a like. And, sir, if you continue to visit us a couple more times, we will grant you a standard modship so that you can promote your channel. Okay? And thank you for being here. Honestly, thank you so much. Aaron Gobra, Eddie. All right, Toby says 5 away or 6 away from 500 for me. Oh, okay. Well, Toby, you got the wrench. Promote your channel. Put the channel link in the chat, please, so that we can mention it to them that you're only 6 away from your monetization for 500 subs for your community. Yeah. So do that, Toby. Yeah, please. If you get a chance here today before I'm done. Yeah. Promote your channel. Put it out there. Yeah. All right, Jeff B says, hey, Eddie. And Eddie says, hi, Jeff. And Hakeem says, hi, Eddie from Ireland. And he says, hi, Hakeem. Toby says, doing well. Just enjoying the new week. Me too, sir. And Jeff B says, one sub closer, Toby. Oh, cool. Jeff B says he saw the They Might Be Giants in the 90s. Oh, cool. And yeah, Eddie says you met on Jess, Mike. Yeah, Jess White. Uh-huh. Thank you. Yeah, yes, I had a nice pleasant late night sojourn stream there with Miss Jess. Yeah, she's a very nice lady. She really is. Good mother. I think that she has gotten some bad things done to her before, but now she's recovering. She's doing well. Jess is one of my favorite, you know, late night. I don't understand some of the subjects she talks about, but but if it seems interesting, I get into it. Yeah, and I give her likes all the time. So yeah, she's very cool. And let's see. John says hi to Curtis and Jeff B and Toby, and Eddie says I'm 500 from 9,000. Just saying, that is awesome, Eddie. Well, thank you. Yeah. Um, so Eddie, okay, I'll make a promise to you, Eddie. If you come tomorrow, I will go ahead and make you standard mod so you can promote your channel. Okay? Yeah, I will do that tomorrow if I see you. Okay, so make sure you come by. All right, there is Toby's channel. Thank you, Toby. He's 5 away from 500. There's your channel. Thank you, Toby. John says, hey there to Eddie Gannon. And Toby says, thanks, Jeff. And hey, JP, I've been a long time brother. Oh, very cool. Jeff B says, hail to John. And Toby says, you're welcome. Well, thank you so much. Honestly, that is awesome. Oh, and if you're keeping score, Toby has the number 2 most points in the top fans. And Hakeem's got number 1. If you keep track of that stuff. I don't know. That's brand new, and people keep track. It's all good, brother. Well, thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so we got 9 likes. We got 7 people watching. Very cool, very cool. Alrighty, so. All right, up next, we got our one episode we do of TOS. So let's get right to that. That is season 1, episode 29, Operation Annihilate. And according to IMDb background, 7.5 out of 10 from over 4,000 viewers. So let's see, that's about a C plus, B minus. I give it a C plus. It's not one of the better episodes, but it's got the weird what do they call themselves, and they hit on your back and stuff. So, and then when they went after Mr. Spock, oh yeah. So the Enterprise crew attempts to stop a plague of amoeba-like creatures from possessing human hosts and spreading throughout the galaxy. Very cool. All right. And this episode aired on April 13th, 1967. And the name of the director was Herschel Doherty. And the writer is, of course, Gene Roddenberry, and he wrote it with Stephen W. Karabatsos. Yeah, Karabatsos. And, of course, it features the usual characters. William Shatner plays Kirk, Leonard Nimoy Spock, and DeForest Kelley as Dr. Leonard McCoy. And then James Doohan, of course, comes in as Scotty. Okay. So we're going to, and then Majel Barrett comes in as Christine Chappell. She didn't do it very often. Then George Takei as Sulu, Michelle Nichols as Uhura. So there you go. Okay. So we're going to have, let's see. Let's just take a look at 2. We'll look at Joan Swift, who plays Aurelin. Spells it Aurelan. Yeah, Aurelin. And then Craig Huxley, who plays Peter. So we will take a look at the 2 of them. Peter Kirk, I believe. All right, let's look at trivia. All right. William Shatner portrays Kirk's brother Sam in the scene where Kirk rolls his body over to identify him. The shot is brief, but freezing the frame reveals Shatner in a light character makeup and a mustache. There is an outtake on the Star Trek blooper reel showing the alien parasite attaching itself to Spock's buttocks by mistake. The Deneva outdoor scenes were shot at the headquarters of TRW Space and Defense Park in Redondo Beach, California, which currently, as of 2021, is the Northrop Grumman Space Technology Headquarters. The establishing shot of Kirk's brother Sam's lab was a building on the campus of UCLA, and the entrance of the building was the cafeteria at TRW. See Google Earth for location. The actual location where Spock is attacked by the parasite is the lobby of the TRW building E1, which is next door to the cafeteria where the outdoor scenes were shot. And like we said, it is now called, as of 2021, Northrop Grumman Aerospace Building E1. Hua Chang designed and constructed the parasite creatures. In the Starfleet Medical Reference Manual, it was called a blastoneuron. And this is the first time McCoy's lab is seen inside the prop used previously as Balok's lamp device in the Corbomite maneuver back in 66 can be seen sitting on a shelf. Different components of sickbay were added over the first season, such as the decompression chamber seen in Space Seed in 1967. Also, one of the life support canisters used on the Botany Bay is present. Cool. All right, and there's 22 more, so I don't want to go into all that, but let's go ahead and get into the spoilers. There's a few. Now, if you haven't seen this episode yet, as I always tell you folks, put your hands over your ears so you don't hear any of the spoilers. And then when I'm done, I'll just do my, from my chin. So, all right. So a scene was filmed, but cut, in which Kirk tells the orphan Peter that he will now live with Sam's lab partner. In the original script for this installment, no mention is made of the parasites being vulnerable to light. The Enterprise is able to locate their home planet and destroy it with 2 Planet Wrecker missiles. This results in all of them dying wherever they are. The first draft script, which was entitled Operation Destroy, did not feature Kirk's brother and his family. In that version, a Denevan woman named Aurelin was in love with a young man named Cartan, who flew his ship into the sun to destroy the creatures. Aurelin and her father were not infected and helped the Enterprise crew in their research. The CGI effects for the remastered version include a neat scene of the Enterprise launching the satellites required to exterminate the parasites infesting the planet. And finally, at the end, Spock reveals that the brightness of the Vulcan sun caused Vulcans to evolve a protective third inner eyelid, which is known in Earth life forms as a nictitating membrane. It is present in cats and dogs, as well as numerous other animals. Very cool. Okay, now you can remove your hands from your ears, people. All right, let's take a look at the goofs. Okay. And let's see. First of all, there's a few continuity goofs. When Spock stuns the creature to take as a specimen, it lands face down, but close-ups show it face up. Before the Enterprise leaves orbit, there is a close-up of the helm and navigation consoles. A crewman in a red tunic can be seen at the helm. Previously and subsequent shots show Sulu at the helm in his standard gold tunic. When Spock returns to the planet to bring back a parasite, He's confronted by one of the planet's residents, who knocks Spock's phaser out of his hand and far off the screen to the right. But after Spock uses the Vulcan nerve pinch on him, Spock's phaser is right behind him. When Uhura is speaking to Kirk about the message sent from the colony, her earpiece disappears when she is filmed from behind and then reappears when her face is shown again. In the beginning scenes on the bridge, after Uhura raises Kirk's sister-in-law, Uhura is not sitting at the communication station, which places Spock's science station to her left. Spock's station can be seen in the background to the right, to her right, which would place her at the navigation substation, which is to the left of the science station. When she loses Aurellan's signal and Kirk walks away, she's now sitting at her correct station to the right of the science station. All right, there's a couple of factual errors and a spoiler. Couple spoilers. Cool. All right. Early on, when the Enterprise tries to stop the spaceship heading towards the Deneva sun, Kirk instructs Sulu to set an intercept course and increase speed to warp 8. As the Enterprise was already in the inner solar system, this would have caused them to run into the sun in just a few seconds. Warp factor 8 is approximately 512 times the speed of light, which is 553 billion kilometers an hour. A ship traveling at that velocity could travel across the entire solar system, a distance of 12 billion kilometers, or 7.45 billion miles, in only 1.3 minutes. The initial effort to destroy the alien organism on the Enterprise involved exposing it to heat and radiation. Heat is caused by infrared rays, a form of radiation. Moreover, it is subsequently discovered that it is ultraviolet rays that can destroy the organisms. Ultraviolet rays are also a form of radiation. The fight that actually kills the parasites, and this is in the spoilers, folks, if you're curious, is in the ultraviolet or UV range. The level of the UV radiation used would not only have killed the parasites, but almost certainly have given all the inhabitants major sunburns, if not killed them. The leftmost scale on a sickbay medical scanner reads temp, presumably a reading of body temperature. When Aurellan dies, the reading on the scale goes from normal to completely inert in a matter of seconds. The human body does not cool in death that quickly. It takes several hours for it to reach the ambient temperature in its environment. And Nurse Chapel and Dr. McCoy discovered that the entire spectrum of white light is not necessary, only ultraviolet. However, UV can cause permanent damage even though it can't be seen. Whenever there is a solar eclipse, some people permanently lose their eyesight from looking directly at it. And here is incorrectly regarded as goof and a spoiler. When all is done, Kirk tells Spock to set course for their next assignment. Spock is at the science station on the other side of the bridge from the helm, where a course and speed would be set. By naval tradition, the captain gives the first officer course instructions, who then relays those orders to the crew. Star Trek was inconsistent in following this tradition, but it was used in several episodes, including this one. And in the spoiler, after or when they discover that light kills the creatures, one would think that it would only work on creatures that have not attacked a host, as it is completely dark inside the human body, so they'd be protected from any light. However, as testimony from atomic bomb test subjects prove, extremely strong light will travel through the body. As some of them have said, I could see every bone in my hand. Okay, and there's a revealing mistake. When Spock rushes onto the bridge to take the ship, Kirk and others gain up and push him away from the help into the handrail that runs around the bridge. When they hit the rail, it pops up several inches. Okay, and there's a couple of miscellaneous goofs. Even though Kirk's Phaser 1 is set to kill, it discharges a red beam, which is usually a stun setting. Color beams based on weapon settings have occasionally been inconsistent between episodes. And once again, script supervisor George Rutter is shown as Skipped supervisor George A. Rutter in the end credits. They could never fix that. I don't know why they never did that. Okay. And here's a couple of anachronisms. When the away team beams down for the first time, a 1960s car drives by on the far right behind the building. After they walk a short way, then stop to talk, two more cars drive by in the background on the right. McCoy speaks about getting the plates back on Peter to help with his medical treatment. This line references X-ray plates, which were common in the 1960s, but in the 2260s, they would have been extremely archaic and impractical compared to other medical advances of the time, such as DNA examination, as we have repeatedly seen in the Trek universe. Okay. And we're almost done on the goofs here, folks. So bear with me. All right, the audio visual unsynchronized. After McCoy says, I don't want my patients running around. He should be in bed. A shot of Spock is shown. When the view returns to McCoy, his lips are again saying bed with no sound. Okay, here's a couple of crew equipment visible. At about the 16-minute mark, when Kirk beams down to Deneva and joins Spock and the rest of the crew, Spock notes that there is no one around. Yet, in the building at the background, you can see someone walking back and forth. In the wide shot, when Spock is being subdued on the bridge, black cards can be seen covering display panels to prevent reflection from stage lights. And at around the 10-minute mark, there is a person moving in and out of the frame way behind the action during the outdoor sequence. So I guess they corrected that from the 16-minute mark to the 10-minute mark. Okay. And then there's plot holes and a couple of spoilers. Okay. When Spock attempts to transport down to the planet to get a specimen, he attacks Scotty and a crewman. In the next scene, when Kirk and Dr. McCoy show up, the crewman is holding his shoulder but receives no medical attention from Dr. McCoy through the entire scene. And after the Enterprise crew established a zero-tolerance viral quarantine protocol in Miri, the Miri episode from 66, their lack of concern about bringing the infected Denovan colonist onto the ship is a bit odd. Okay. And here's the spoilers. The creature inside Aurelin, Kirk kills her for talking too much. Why the one inside the Denovan pilot didn't kill him to stop him from flying into the sun is unclear. Kirk, Spock, and McCoy are in agreement that the colonists will have no eye protection, so Spock undergoes the test himself without eye protection, causing him to go blind. However, when they flood the planet with UV light, none of the colonists are blinded, despite a lack of eye protection. Okay, then there's one more character error. As Spock struggles with bridge personnel to take over the ship, Yeoman Zara is briefly seen smiling at them. Yeah, you don't be smiling when Spock, the Vulcan, is trying to take over the ship. Yeah. Okay. All right, and of course, the theme from Star Trek, written by and credited to Alexander Courage, plays as usual at the beginning and the end. Okay. So here's my favorite part. The filming locations. Okay, so besides Desilu Studios in Culver City, California, the Deneva colony itself was spaced around one space park, Redondo Beach, California. The Kirk's brother Sam, which has his own lab on Deneva, the image is reversed, a mirror image in the episode, is at the Schoenberg Hall at the UCLA campus there in Los Angeles. And then the buildings on the planet's surface, of course, now are at the Northrop Grumman Space Park at One Space Park, Redondo Beach, California. Cool. And the filming dates for this episode were February 15th, 1967 to February 22nd, 1967. So it took a week. It took 7 days. Alrighty. Okay, and before we get back to the chat, let's finish with the cast. Two of the cast members I mentioned. One is Joan Swift, who plays Aurelin, and the other one is Craig Huxley, who plays Peter. So we'll take a look at Joan Swift. Okay, unfortunately, we did lose the actress Joan Swift, rest in peace, on 2016. She was born on May 11th, 1933, in Sacramento, California. She was an actress known for not only Star Trek, but she also was in Brainstorm in 1965 and I Spy series in 1965. She was married to Clancy. She died on June 26, 2016, in Concord, California. She was 83 years old. Okay. And she was from 1965 to 1966. She was the Hat Check Girl in 2 episodes. One was season 1, episode 3, Carry Me Back to Old Sing Tao in 65. And then she was in season 2, episode 3, called Will the Real Good Guys Please Stand Up, from the I Spy series. Okay. In from 63 to 66, she was in 77 Sunset Strip. And I'm curious to see what on that one. Okay. So in 1963, she did 2 episodes from season 6. Episode 8 was Don't Wait for Me. She was uncredited as a girl in that. Also the same for season 6, episode 12, The Fumble. And then in 1964, she did appear one last time as Lorette. So she was credited in season 6, episode 17, Not Such a Simple Knot. Very cool. Okay, and then in Brainstorm, the original Brainstorm in 65 movie, she played Clara. Because you remember there was the Brainstorm that had Christopher Walken and the late Natalie Wood was in that one. Okay, and the last thing she worked on was a TV movie called Lucy Gets Lucky in 1975, where it was a TV movie where she played the character of Dawn. Okay. Alrighty, and let's see. Last but not least, we'll take a look at Craig Huxley. And to this day, Craig Huxley is still around. Very cool. He works in the music department, but he's also an actor and a composer. He was born November 22nd, 1954. So he is currently 70 years of age and still working, for what I understand. So he'll be 71 when he reaches his birthday. And he's Peter James Kirk on Star Trek TOS. Yeah, that's very cool. And he's an Emmy-winning and Grammy-nominated musician and soundtrack producer who has been involved in a wide range of entertainment-related projects. And in 2016, he introduced himself with the movie documentary called Star Trek Inside the Roddenberry Vault. 1989, he worked on the music department for the Robin Williams vehicle Dead Poets Society. In 2012, he worked on the TV movie and the music department Michael Jackson, The Immortal World of. And in 2017 to 2022, he worked on 15 episodes doing the music for The Orville with Seth MacFarlane. That's Craig Huxley. Yeah, that's what he's currently working on, or had been working on since up until 2022, it says. So he may still be on that. I don't know. All right, so that's Craig Huxley. Very cool that he's still around. Alrighty. All right, so let's get to our information for next week, and we will do a mock time where we have Spock and his Ponfar. Yep, that'll be next week, folks. Season 2, Episode 1, a mock time. What a great episode that is. Oh, yeah, 8.6 out of 10. Well, I gave it an A. It's one of my favorite episodes. Are you kidding? Spock fighting Kirk? I love it. Anyway, there we go. Okay, and let's see. All right, so let's go from where Toby showed us his channel. Remember, he's only 5 subs away from 500. Well, he might have already got there by the time we're done, that we finished today. So there's the channel. Thank you, Toby. John says, hey there to Eddie Gannon. Toby says, thanks, Jeff. Eddie says, hey, JP, been a long time, brother. Hail to JP from Jeff B. Toby says, you're welcome. Eddie says, it's all good, brother. And the Stardashians, hi. Hello, Eric and Lee. Hey, Mikey. Hello, couple. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Eric and Lee are a great couple, and they're headed to North Carolina sometime in mid-August. So, yeah. Make sure all of you give them a heads up prayer and good luck and everything, and love and support for their move. And it's going to be a big one. So yeah, very good to see you, Eric and Lee. Curtis says hi to Eddie, and Curtis says sub to you, Toby. I would sure appreciate a sub back. There we go. Awesome. And thank you, Curtis. And he says howdy to the Stardashians. And Jeff B says, hey, Star. And John says hello to them, to the couple. And hello, Miss Jen. A beautiful day. Hello, Mikey and everyone. Welcome, Jen. Please share and subscribe, please, and thank you. The notification bell. Thank you so much. Thank you. And she did that twice. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Jen. Eddie says hi to Curtis. And hello, Anchorman, Mr. Scott. Welcome, Scott. Hello, my friend. And Toby says he's 4 away. All right, well, make sure you get to Toby and subscribe to Mr. Toby. And let's see. You know what, Eddie? Like I said, I'm feeling today is a very good day, so I'm going to go ahead and there you go. So, Eddie Gannon, you are now a standard moderator for our MikeySuzeFour channel, and you may go ahead, like I said, at any time, please promote your channel. Put your link up there in the chat so people can go to it, click on it, and subscribe to you. Yes. There you go, Eddie. You're all set. Okay. All right, so we got 11 likes. Woohoo! As Ancient One likes to say, hashtag 10 like hype. Yay. So that's what I will type as the first comment for the episode today. So very cool. Thank you again, everybody. And hello, Larry, my brother Larry of 50 years. Welcome, welcome, my friend, dropping by to say hi. Hello, Larry. Good to see you, my brother. And Toby says, hey, Larry. Yes, everybody, please don't forget his heart scoping operation is going to be on August the 1st. So please go to Be Yourself Adventures, click on his channel, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a little prayer and love and support for our friend and brother Larry. Okay? Please do that for him. And there is Larry's channel. So you can go there and subscribe. And if you can do any super chats and stuff for him, because he is over 500, so I think you can do that. But he is only 200 or so away from 1,000. So let's try to get him to 1,000, everyone. He says, hey, everyone. And Eddie, I subscribe to you. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, and Eddie, say something because now I just made you a standard mod, sir. I went ahead and didn't put a weight on it. I went ahead and did it. So since I knew you from Jess, so go ahead and promote your channel, please. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so tomorrow, of course, will be, like I said, 2 more episodes just after 12 noon, sometime around that time. 2 episodes of Get Smart from season 1, and then 2 more episodes of greatest series ever made, the A-Team. 2 more episodes from season 4. So that will be all tomorrow on Tuesday, which we call Get Smart A-Team Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Okay. And yeah, Jeff says, "Hail, Larry. All the best to you on your medical adventure." Yes. And the Vulcan salute. Wow, thank you, Jeff. And Larry says, "Hi, Jeff B. And hello, Toby." All right. Okay, so uh, this is what I think I'll do. Okay, folks, so you can help me out with this. Well, I'm not going to do it right now, but towards the end of the month, or the end of next month, August, I'm going to go ahead and put in 4 series that I really enjoy, mystery series, and I want you to folks to go ahead and enter in the poll. It'll be on the community section, of course, of MikeySuzeFour, and that'll be. Um, I'll probably do that mid-August, so look forward to like around August 15th or so. Yeah, um, check for a poll that'll be there in the community section, and I'll have 4 different series listed. I want to go ahead and ask you folks which one you would most likely want to see going forward when we get to the fall time, and what you would like to see on Wednesday nights, right around 10 o'clock. There'll be late night streams, but there'll be a live stream. So there will be a panelist or 2 along with outside with me, and we'll talk about the mystery. We'll also have a watch party, hopefully set up through Cosme, so we can watch the episode, examine the mystery, and then go ahead and talk about it later. So that's what we plan on doing. And we have 8 people still in the chat. Thank you so much. And of course, 11 likes. So that is awesome. And oh, thank you so much, Larry. Here is Eddie Gannon's channel. So make sure you folks check that out. Thank you, Larry. That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Cool. Thank you, my brother. Alrighty. Okay, so there's one thing I want to mention real quick, and before I get into the final, and I go ahead and do a prayer and everything. Before I get into that, I do want to mention something about my T-shirt. Now, it says "Proud to be Canadian." Okay, now I may be still listed as an undocumented Canadian, non-documented Canadian immigrant, but I do live here, and I have proof I live here because with Suzanne, because I have had some items mailed to me. So don't worry, Larry. Your gift, if it could get from my parents to here, it will. Okay, don't worry. The giveaway gift he gave, which I really appreciate. Thank you. Um, but that being said, with here, I know that the political climate is treacherous right now. Mark Carney is not helping the situation, and we really wish that Pierre Poilievre was in. But I don't want to get too political. What I'm trying to say is that despite all the problems, I am proud to be Canadian. And my wife has her own Canadian. We're not the 51st state, we're the first. We're number 1. She has that, and I have this. So I'm proud to wear this. I really am. So I just wanted to say that so you folks know that it's my per choice. It's my decision. I want to wear it. So yeah. So don't think less of me because I am proud to that I live here. That I am in a place that I can live. So it means a lot to me. But we do have 6 people still watching. Great. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a prayer. And in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Dear Lord, Thank you so much for all the wonderful friends that we have met over the past few years here through streaming on MikeySuzeFour, and over the past 19 years, because November 30th this year will be a special celebration, celebrating 19 years that I've proudly been a member of YouTube and a creator to boot. Next year, November 30th, 2026, will be a very, very special, because we'll just do a brief celebration this year. But next year, the 20th anniversary, everybody's invited. Everybody can come, say hello. You know, some of you now remember I only can fit 10 people in the panel. So if some of you want to come up, remember we have to know you through Facebook, not just YouTube, but we have to know you through Facebook as well. So make sure that you know, that we know you very well. So there's Toby's channel. Thank you, Larry. Oh, there you're being so gracious. Thank you so much. So that's Toby's channel here. Don't forget to click on that as well, and make sure that you always subscribe. Thanks, Larry, brother. Yep. Thank you, Toby. Yeah. So look forward to a lot of great things that are coming up on MikeySuzeFour in the fall time and winter. So while I'll be freezing my butt off, but hey, you're welcome, my brother. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So in the prayer here, we want to mention Larry's upcoming surgery on August 1st. Make sure he gets through it, Lord. Watch over him and guide him, and I hope that he does come through, and pray that he comes through with no problems and no after effects. So that's our prayer for him, his beautiful wife, Diane, his wonderful son, Tyler, and their family, and of course, Larry's sister. So make sure, Lord, that they're all taken care of when he gets his surgery coming. Also, please pray for our brother Jay Aldrich and his partner Renee as they get along in their lives. Yeah, I did see that, Larry. I was not very. I was very distressed when you had printed that. I did read it. Yeah, I did have a heart attack on July 13th. I'm so sorry, Larry. I'm so sorry. But thankfully you got out of it okay. Yeah, I had a feeling. It was a bad time. I'm sorry. Um, but yes, make sure that you continue to pray for Larry and his family. Uh, like I said, for Jay and Renee, for Jason and Nikki, for them in Michigan, for Eric and Lee, who are planning to move to North Carolina next month. May they be safe in their travel, and make sure that they have a good life waiting for them when they move. So, with all this, I pray. I ask for Father God to take care of us. I ask His blessed Son, Jesus Christ, to watch over us every day. I ask His Mother, the Most Blessed Virgin Mary, to guide us in the ways of right and wrong, and also the wisdom to know the difference. And of course, I ask the Holy Spirit to take care of all of us. And of course, I ask my patron saints. My sister saint is, for Suzanne, is Sister Suzanne, and for me, it is Michael the Archangel, defender of heaven, and who threw the evil one and all of his evil uh, fallen angels to hell. So for all this, we ask and pray. Amen and amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And there you go, Larry, and everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry, Larry. Amen and amen. Thank you. Thank you, Larry. And thank you, John Panto Riero, for saying amen as well. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, let's thank everybody that's here today. So I have my brother of 50 years, Mr. Larry, from Be Yourself Adventures. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, please. He has a lot of great content there. He goes all over Arizona. He goes to places like Nevada. He's been to New Mexico. He's been to California. He wants to take this awesome trip starting from the opposite end, Santa Monica, California, all the way up to Chicago, down or up that Route 66. Should be fun if you get a chance to do it. I'll be extremely jealous of you, brother. So make sure you follow him, please. So please subscribe to Larry. Please subscribe to JPRPH1. Now, this is only one of 3 channels he has. He has 2 other channels. But if you go to that main channel there, the JPRPH1, he does have the other 2 listed. So make sure you subscribe to all 3 of his channels, please. Also, Toby. Toby talks about Disneyland, Disney World, and everything known as Disney. So he also was there for their 70th anniversary this year. So make sure you check out Toby's channel and make sure that you subscribe. Alrighty. And Jeff B. Jeff B is one of our best supporters of our channels. Make sure you go to Jeff B's channel and sub as well. And thank you so much, Larry, for all of the postings, and you as well, Toby. And let's see. And of course, Anchorman, thank you for coming in, Scott. Anchorman will be one of my co-hosts when I get into the mystery shows, because he does have a few things, paranormal things that I have. So look forward to that. He's going to be one of our channel co-hosts for the mystery themes. All right, Eddie Gannon, thank you so much for coming in. He's a part of Jess White's channel, our Aussie gal over there on the other side of the pond, from Hawaii and California and all that. And he is now a standard mod. So congratulate Eddie Gannon for coming in today. Also, thank our wonderful gal Jen, who is also known as A Beautiful Day, for coming into the channel today. Please subscribe to her channel. She does need a lot of subs, and really would appreciate that. Alrighty. Also, we want to thank Curtis Selby, my tired midnight blogger. He has the most awesome and political show. He's very polite, and he is the voice of Northern Oklahoma on weekends. So check him out. Check out Curtis Selby. All right. And the Stardashians. They are known as Eric and Lee, a wonderful couple. They work very hard in life, and they deserve a good home to move to start a new life, and new adventures. So please pray for the Stardashians. Go to their channel, subscribe to them. They can always use subscribers. And we mentioned Eddie. Congratulations again, Eddie. And of course, John and Jeff and Toby and Akeem. Thank you so much, Akeem, for being here. He was our very first wonderful subscriber and family member. He is brother Hakeem to me and Suzanne, who came in and subbed to our channel for the first time. So, Akeem, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I do appreciate that. Alrighty. Just going, scrolling. Rawhide. Okay, there is Positive Candor. Well, thank you so much, PC, for being here today. As always, it's most appreciated that you come and represent our channel. Also, kapla again to my brother Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Well, thank you again, Gorilla. Welcome again for being here, and we'll see you at the Cigar Lounge on Tuesday night. We'll see you there. Okay. And I said we would start about 2 minutes going early. Okay. All right, so that should be everybody. Gorilla, was good to see you in the chat. Yeah, thank you. And let's see. After the amens, we got John's channel. So, for JPRPH1, Larry has posted his channel link. Thank you so much, Larry. So appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, it was good to see him in the chat. Yeah, Gorilla's cool. Yeah. He does this, he comes from his lunch break and he comes to listen sometimes. So thank you, Gorilla. You really, really, I do appreciate it. We have 13 likes. Woohoo! Yay! And mine will make 14. So there we go. Okay. So First of all, I want to say on behalf of Larry, and we will dedicate this episode to Larry today for his upcoming surgery. So our sponsor is Larry's Be Yourself Adventures. Uh, he always says, always be yourself. That's a wonderful thing. It is. It's a great piece of advice, and I love it. Also, and I thank him for allowing me to use it. Also, my wife, beautiful Suzanne, who is also a Universal Life Church minister, uh, and also works with the Catholic Church. She always says, leave everything in God's hands. That is absolutely true. If you allow God to enter your life and to take over and to handle your situations and your troubles and tribulations, you're all set then. You're in good hands. So great advice from my wife. Also, as I always say here, always expect the unexpected from MikeySuzeFour, because you never know. With our channel, we have different times we do different things, just out of the blue. And sometimes I do, like I say, just as, another stream, as regular one or a special edition where I do updates. But I decided from now on to do the special edition, at least for now, every 2 weeks on a Friday afternoon, usually between 5 and 7 p.m. Eastern time, because I don't want to interfere with Gorilla's, you know, um, random thoughts when he does his live streams with the Waltons. And we're trying to get Judy Norton, I'm sorry, Judy Walton, Judy Norton, or possibly Cammie Cutler. In future, we're trying to get one of those two ladies to come join us on a podcast. So if we're able to do that, hopefully, folks, you'll get a chance. You'll be notified ahead of time, and we'll have them come on, and we'll talk to them. We'll ask them questions about the series. It should be a lot of fun. So hopefully, we can get them to come and out of their busy schedule and come join us. Should be a lot of fun. Okay, so that's hopefully something planned for the near future. I hope that we can get. I did send a message to Judy Norton already. So the next time I check on her behind the scenes for the next episode, which is the baptism, which is season 5, episode 4 for this coming Friday on Gorilla's channel, I will send her another message through the comments and ask her if she would most like to come and be a part of a podcast. I will run it, and then I'll tell Gorilla, I'm gonna run it. I'll take care of it on my channel. If you would like to uh, also simulcast it, that'd be great. Please do that for me, so that we can have both our channels, and then we can talk to them. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, and let's see. Is there anything else I thought of? Oh yes, and finally, that wonderful man Gene Siskel. Yeah, Siskel and Ebert at the movies. You remember that show back in the 80s, 90s? Yeah. Well, they're both gone. Rest in peace. But Gene Siskel was my favorite of the two. Sorry, Roger Ebert. You were too cynical. Uh, Gene Siskel always had a good rapport about him, good attitude, and of course, he was my favorite nerd because he wore these big glasses, which I wonderful. And then he always said, and now the aisle is closed. So I want to thank the Siskel family for allowing me to use that phrase in every show that I do. It means a lot to me. It means the world to me. Okay. So finally, um, before I finish here completely, I do want to say I hope I mentioned everybody in the chat. I hope I mentioned all of your different channels. Remember, you have a chance now still to go and click on these channels and subscribe so that you can help your fellow YouTube creators in the community and the family. Because remember, we are a family here at MikeySuzeFour, not just a community of subscribers. We're all family members. So we are brothers and sisters. We all look out for each other. We all care about each other. We all pray for each other, and we support one another. So please be here when you can to support all your friends. Okay. So finally, last but not least, God bless America. God bless Canada. God bless the UK, and especially our friend Lisa Hogan, our videographer, worldwide traveler. Hopefully, we'll get to see you, hun, in September. And hopefully, Larry and Diane can improve, get the health going and everything, and come up to see us, please. That'd be great, brother. Amen, my brother. Always be yourself. I'll always be myself, trust me. And of course, last but not least, let's pray for the earth. The earth needs it. The earth needs our guidance and it needs our caretaking abilities. Our caretaking abilities. Please, because you do not want to provoke. You do not want to provoke Mother Nature. Okay? Natural disasters with all, going, moving forward. And of course, peace from MikeySuzeFour. So on behalf of my wonderful wife Suzanne and our two beautiful cats, our black Persian daughters, Moon Pie and Deja Vu, and on behalf of Larry and everybody here in the chat, thank you so much for the 13 likes. Thank you so much for still being here to watch us. God bless, folks. Thank you, John. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Thank you again, everybody. God bless you all. And we'll see you tomorrow for the combination 4 episodes, 2 from Get Smart and 2 from the A Team. Dun, 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 dun. I love doing that. Anyway, take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow just after 12 noon, okay? Eastern time. Now, if anything changes, I'll let you folks know. Don't worry. All right, take care then. And Hakeem says, lastly, well said, Mikey. And I'm praying for you too, Larry. And see you guys. Thank you, Hakeem. Take care, everyone. And have a great day. Have a great week, too. Have a safe week.